get my finger out of there. Okay, there we go. The old Edelbrock here, 1406. She's had some hesitation always. Choke is set up properly and open, but I'll get a just off idle, which leads you to accelerator pump issues. Even when it's hot, not as much, but I did notice some things under here the other day, and one is, you can see here, this is at an angle, and this bracket back here is too short. So the way they had it set up, it was pulled back, so this would never close. So I was never on my stop, the idle. So that was something I corrected. So now it's got enough length. It is at an angle, but it's a cable. It should be okay. And then in finding that, my back bolt was stripped out. It goes for that bracket. So that was stripped out. And so sprayed a little carb cleaner along the base. I do have a vacuum leak. Probably that. And I've been running manifold vacuum back and forth. I've been trying ported manifold to see if I can get rid of that hesitation, and not any better. I did pick up a rebuild kit for this, so maybe we'll go through that. I did get a new spring, return spring. This one's just kind of a backup. I was always told to have two. This is a double spring anyway, but then you see all that oil leak. So oil's coming up these bolts, both sides. So we need to get those bolts out too at some point. And when the carburetor's off, you might as well do it. It's easy. So, am I going to rip into this now? Let's find out. Now, functioning accelerator pump. Something looks all cruddy in there. I'm just wondering, but a functioning one. We'll see these two jets right here stick out. Those should shoot fuel nice and smoothly. So right off idle, all the way to the end. They kind of do. I feel like it stopped a little bit there. Let's get some better light in there. So slightly, yeah, that was better. Yeah, seems to be working. So I don't know what my issue is. I might just have vacuum leaks too. I think I definitely had a vacuum leak there. So we should address some of that stuff anyway. The pump is adjustable. That's what this 3 locations are. And usually the middle is get you by. Maybe I'll bump it up. Take this thing for a ride. Set my timing too, because I'm going to go back to ported. Now I've gone ahead and marked my 0, red marker, advance. That should be 10 degrees. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 degrees, I'm assuming, right? And then you can see that's my balancer. There's the mark. So let's get out our timing light. I think I have it set at like 10, 12. I think I'm way advanced. I thought I had it at like 12 or 14, but let's see. You may or may not see. Zoom in for you. Right there on the edge of about 14. I run it. I run it 14. Because I went up into the mountains and this thing had no power with elevation, so it's good to be there. Let's do a vacuum gauge on it. As you can see, she's not very, yeah, she could be a little more stable. See that little dip? See if we got any vacuum spray some. That back corner. That where the bolt was loose. See, that really affected the vacuum. And that vacuum you hear leaking is this. That goes away. But yeah, I think this carburetor base needs new gasket. I got one. I guess I should just do this. Okay, you don't need to know this, but I'm going to go park this on the street. Bring some tools over, take the carburetor off. That way I can leave the truck parked for days, because I have a feeling I'm not going to get this done today. It is late in the day, so we need a small needle nose for the clips, fuel line, and for the carburetor bolts. So bolts of 13 or ½ inch probably. There's that tiny little clip that you need that needle nose for. That's the accelerator pump. There's one on the choke. There's the fuel line. Actually, I don't need to do those until I get it inside. So I guess I just need a fuel line and those, and then get off my throttle cable linkage. And then this whole thing in the shop. 4 bolts, throttle linkage. Just threw that over the fuel pump in case someone decides to steal this thing. They don't shoot fuel on the cold headers. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what's under here. A torn gasket. How does that corner look? I mean, that could have just torn now, obviously, but let me get this. Might as well take it off here. All right. Nothing to see here, folks. All right. I am by no means a carburetor expert, okay? In fact, I've never even taken one apart, if I can remember. A car, that is. Done plenty of motor scooters, motorcycles, and that's what was a good start, because you see how simple they are, and you're no longer afraid of this mythical device. When I was a mechanic, it was the 90s, we were phased out carburetors. They were still around on the late 80s stuff we worked on, but it was not me. I would, I'll show you what a carburetor looked like. In the 80s, this is what a carburetor looked like. Just vacuum lines and more vacuum lines, going all sorts of doing stupid doodad emissions things. They were a nightmare. And the guys that worked on them were like, this is a shit show. But anyway, so that's kind of why I didn't work on them. And now I just see that it's basically a toilet bowl. It's mixing air and water, or air and fuel. That's how my shop teacher explained it. It's pretty funny. Anyway, so these are top bolts here. And these will take off the top on an Edelbrock. You take this off, your 2 floats will be here. I'm just more curious how dirty this thing is right now, because I have a feeling she might be dirty, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. So let's do that first, and then I gotta get those little pliers, like I said, for those little clips right here. So let me go find those pliers. All right, one's over here. They're very small, so I get this tiny. So that's the one for your accelerator pump. I'm gonna put this into a magnet tray. I already lost it. The hell? I heard it go. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, the thing is invisible. Okay, it's right there. Whew. Alright, let's go over here to this guy, do the same thing. This one's for your Did you hear that? I heard that. It went flying. Unbelievable. I can't believe that. I think I went by my shoulder. Hold on. Well, that thing's gone forever. I blame you guys. Wouldn't have done that if I wasn't filming. Anyway, ooh, that thing had some gumption to it. Ooh. Oh yeah, she's full of fuel. Yes, there's still fuel in the bowls because I've never drained it or rocked it or anything. So we'll just get out these screws. I don't know why they're flatheads. I think the newer ones are Phillips. I'm just going to lay them all in order here. Still don't know about this gasket, why they had it cut. I think they cut it is what it is. I don't think that, maybe it disintegrated actually. Look at that. Folded into the intake. That's probably not the right one. This is where the vacuum leak would have been. Maybe right in there. I don't know. That is just the secondaries. I don't know. Figure that out shortly. Okay, they appear to all be the same length. This should just lift off, they say. Okay, phone call taken. Did I show this yet? I don't know what I was doing. I think I pulled this off. And we got some staining, some dryness. Gasket looks intact. But this fuel bowl, I don't know if you can see that, but this is all like cloudy algae crap down there. And this brown one I pulled out of the secondaries. Some garbage down there. Pulled out the accelerator pump. It was, is this in frame? Over here? Yeah, kind of on the edge of frame. But the accelerator pump was in here. And I don't know, it's in good shape, but it's got this weird, new one doesn't do that. I don't know why it rocks at the top. This is not dried out. I think that's what usually happens when rubber dries out. But this has got all sorts of black. I think hopefully there's a new bushing they give you in the kit. What else? We're gonna have to clean that out. The jets are here and here. I think I have new ones in the kit. The other thing I noticed is this fuel bowl, this side is higher than this side. A float. So the float, now I don't know if that's because I did shoot this once and the accelerator pump sprayed, so it could have drained that side unevenly, but that's something to think about there. And then I was looking at these. They appear to be sitting, the floats, you want them to sit equally in that position and in the downward dog position. This is where they're going to sit in the fuel and float up. You got to make sure these don't have holes in them. They're old, they're brass. Apparently they do get holes in them. You can check them externally here. We'll see if they float. Hopefully there's a new needle and seat in the kit, I would think. What else? Now this has a giant, I don't think I need this giant base gasket on the bottom either. Let's suck out this fuel so we can flip it over. Ooh, that's some stinky, nasty stuff. Alright, we're gonna get it out either way. I'll do one more time here. Alright. Flipped over. Now I suppose these bushings in here can wear out too, and that'll give you a vacuum leak. But how old is this thing? Just get some side to side. I don't know what's normal. I probably could Google that. Let's see, so this gasket was here. Wow. So they had it they had it bent down so the primaries would open. Wow. Are you kidding me? That's why that's bent like that? Are you effing kidding me? Is there any way they had it this way? Well, even if they had it this way... No, because I remember seeing this in the front. This overhang. Yeah, it was like this. So, these primaries... They only open that far anyway. Interesting. No, they're supposed to go further, aren't they? They probably do. I'm just bound up over here. What the... Got some down east dickering, down east hackery there with that gasket. Ay, 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 people. No, see, they go fully open. So my bet mine were never fully opening. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright, so let's get that upright here. Let's go fully open. And put that. And so that was just pushing into the gasket. That would make sense, because the other day I had like this hung up. I think it was hung up on the gasket. And my idle was doing something funky and I forced it. And it went I heard a wow. Ay, ay, ay. Oh boy, that was filming upside down the whole time. I hope that I can correct that in editing. This is the kit I got. I got a Walker made in the USA. America! America kit, not that Chinese junk. That's what the ad said. Not that Chinese junk. But this is a... Let's go back to this. This is your proper gasket. That's what that... Well, this is upside down again, but it fits perfect. This is the top gasket, which is over there. This looks like these little... That little clip that went flying, they gave me a whole set of those. These are for, I think, these gaskets under here. There should be 4. I wonder if it's over here too. So you can clean out all those jets. I guess we'll call them jets or tubes. This is a number 42 jet, which I'm guessing is going to be. They gave me 2, but there's obviously 4, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe they just give you the primaries. And there's a new needle and seat for the float. And I got that twice in here. So this one's got a little screen with it. It's interesting. This is the same part number. Oh no, there's my screen for that one. Okay. So maybe down in that jet there's a screen. Maybe I'll pop one of those out. Accelerator pump, and then there's like the round gasket for your air cleaner. Accelerator pump. Looks like they give you... Did I get that separate? Some other little wonky gaskets in here. That one, maybe that bushing is what I need for that accelerator pump. On the top there, or it's all janky. I'm curious. That'd be nice if that's what that was. Alright, and then they give you a little ruler to measure your floats. I guess my next step is, let's pull out a jet while you're here. I'm gonna shock it. Oh, that one's fighting me. Oh, alright. I previously did this one, so let's take this one out. I think the plan for this is going to be ultrasonic cleaner. There's nothing there. That's just a plug. How about this guy? These are the secondaries, though, right? What the hell? Oh man. This is not a good fitting screwdriver. No. Don't force it. These things will strip. It's the trouble with brass crap. Yeah, this one's just a basically just a plug. I mean, I guess it's a jet. This kind of gets narrower. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert. On the little carburetor on a scooter or something, it'll have an actual needle jet. You know. All right. Okay, so if these are jets, they go under the needle in the seat. That's our the float needle right here. They give you the whole tube. I guess that would meter the fuel coming in. That would make sense, right? Like I said, a small carburetor guy. Those little buggers, I got one, the other one out. It's just a plug and orifice. So I don't really think there's a need to take those out. That one there, this one's too tight, and I got this one out. So two different ones, and they're just like an orifice, so I could probably clean that out. I think what I'm gonna do is strip most of this stuff off, and I bought an ultrasonic cleaner for just such a purpose, for cleaning carburetors and whatnot. And if you know, ultrasonic cleaners work by vibration and heat. This one has a heater. You can put any solvent in there you want, basically. I think I'll take the choke off if I'm going to do that, but I think I can put this whole thing in there. I took the floats off, floated them in that pool of gasoline. They're not leaking or anything. What else? These babies could come out and be cleaned. I don't know how. I got to do some reading up on. I don't think you really want to clean these because they're so. I mean, you can clean them, but don't scrub them with anything abrasive. Same with the mixture, the idle mixture jets here in the front of the carburetor. They look pretty mangled, but I guess that happens when people bottom them out and keep turning, but I don't know what's considered mangled. I'll have to get my microscope and see how, to my eye, they look kind of fucked up, but in those I don't have. But that also could fuck up in the carburetor where they seat. That's what gets fucked up. So maybe I'll take these two off. I think I got out of Torx just for that occasion. Now let's go with this one because let's see. Pretty sure they gave me gaskets for this. I'm gonna go without the extension so I get as much leverage as possible. Yeah, that comes right out good. Hope this is interesting to somebody. I saw only a couple Edelbrock videos that were Edelbrock specific, and they're from a manufacturer. And they look pretty dated. Looked like it was a VHS uploaded. But of course they were experts. I is not. But hey, if you want to tackle this and you're not either, you got some skills like I do. Not 100% skills, but you can tackle this, right? Biggest thing is patience. I tell you that. Yeah, just a little gasket there. Wouldn't hurt to clean all this out anyway, so there might be a little check valve there, or how do you do a spring or something? Yeah. I think I saw that in the kit. It's like a doohickey. Professional name is a doohickey. Got it there? No. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not in the kit, but let's see. Are these 25 as well? That was a T20. T27. 27, such a thing? Not in my world. Here's a 25. That looks pretty beat up. Now let's clean some of that RTV off of there. Probably don't have to remove these. I think a little carb clean would do the same thing. Cleaning out this emulsion tube, I'll call it. But I have the gaskets. The gaskets are in there. So I figured, hey, why not, right? Let's make sure they are in there. I did see those, didn't I? Oh, there they are. Yeah, all these guys. Those little clips. Oh, this is where I saw that brass plug. What is that brass plug for? There's two here. And a little rubber guy there. And a check ball, too. There's a check ball that goes somewhere. I do remember hearing about that, or watching that on a video. So we're gonna figure out where that goes. This kit did come with a full exploded view of where everything goes, so that's good. Just a matter of me reading it. All right, you saw me do this. All right, I took a nice close-up of these needles here. Oh, that's not a bad close-up, huh? I did with my camera, the glasses, Google Glasses app. You can get right in there. It's really nice. This isn't doing a bad job either, though. Make sure those are in good shape. I don't know these. To me, they're just plugs, but you know, there's an orifice. It's a huge orifice. When you're doing a scooter, I mean, it's like a pinhole. So I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm used to that. But see this stuff? Remember how that was in the fuel? Now it's just turned to like a dust. But you could overlook that and leave that in there, thinking it's just staining. But now that's once fuel hits it, it gets cloudy again. So that's going to be cleaned. I'm going to go do some homework on what all this stuff is. I swear there's a bushing in there. That's just metal, but I don't know. Springs flying everywhere. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to wrap this up for now. I will get back to you when we're probably cleaned and going back together, but we'll let you know.